Hello everybody, it's Robbie here, and I'm coming to you today with a overview of a new product by Evan-Moor. It's called the TeacherFileBox. Now this is totally different than anything I've ever seen from them before. It's not a book, it's a subscription, and this subscription gives you access to more than 450 Evan-Moor books. And I don't know if you're familiar with Evan-Moor, if you're a new homeschooler, maybe you're not, but they have a boatload of resources. Everything from art, science, history, math, language arts, and language arts, they have every aspect of language arts available as well. So you've got spelling, you've got comprehension, vocabulary, all of that is available through Evan-Moor and through their books. And it can be really overwhelming when you're looking at their content because it's so vast. There are things that I'm still discovering. I've been using Evan-Moor for years in various ways, and I find things all the time that I had no idea they had. So when I found out about this resource, I got giddy, literally, because it's an easy way to just search for what I'm looking for and not have to invest in an entire book, because I don't know about you, but it's easy to get overwhelmed with resources. It really is easy to do. And we have a very small space. I don't have a dedicated homeschool room. I need to do a video on how to homeschool or how we homeschool in a small space because it's interesting. But anyway, so yeah, I just thought this was the coolest thing ever. If you're a minimalist homeschooler, if you are an unschooler, if you like unit studies, if you just need some supplemental materials, if you're new to homeschooling and you need access to materials until you figure out what exactly you want to do with curriculum or whatever, you're homeschooling at the last second, you can't find what you want, you don't have time to research, this is the perfect solution. I am so impressed with this. It's really, really cool. So I do have a subscription, but what I want to show you real quick is that you can, without a subscription, go in and experience what this program is like. So all I've done is I've gone to the TeacherFileBox.com. This is the home screen. You get a 30-day free trial if you want to do that. If you just want to play with it, I'll show you how to do that here in a second. It gives you up to 100 pages to print if you want to do the trial. Now, I will say that you have to put a credit card in. So because this is a subscription service, after that 30 days, they will start charging you monthly for this, which is $12.99, or you can do a subscription for $100. But that's for your whole family. Just so you know, like, there's no setting this up for an individual child, and their books cover material from kindergarten or pre-K even all the way through 8th grade. So you could basically use this to take your family through middle school if you decided to do a subscription. So they've got some instructional videos here which you can do. So I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail on some of the aspects of the program because you can go look here. But I do want to show you what this is about because it's really, really cool. Okay, so if you go in here and you just do a search for, let's say, multiplication, it'll take me into the TeacherFileBox. Now I'm not logged in, so there are some limitations, but you can at least see what you would have access to. Now, whenever you do a search, it automatically by default will go to pre-K all the way through 8, so it's giving you everything here. But let's say you have a 3rd grader and you want to go from material from 2nd through 4th. You can change this here, which will change the parameters of or it'll filter the information. then you can click on it. Now, if you don't have a subscription, you can only preview the first page. So it will allow you to come in here and see what the first page is on this particular lesson. Now, this is not the entire book that you're getting. You're getting a search based on a unit within multiple books. So the reason why I think this is so cool is because, and I don't know about you, if you've ever used Evan-Moor materials, there are times when, we only get part way through a book, and then I feel like we need to move on, and I feel like we've wasted, material. Or let's say I get a hold of a book, or I'm looking at a book and I think, ooh, I like that, and I like that, and I like that, but we wouldn't need this, or this, in the book. So this basically eliminates that problem, because you can just pick out the units that you want from all their books. So this one looks colorful and interesting. So this is multiplication tic-tac-toe. So this is a math game, and this looks really fun. Let's say that I want to keep this. Well, I can't do it obviously in here, but I'm going to log in and show you what I can do. Oh, and the other cool thing is too, let's say you pull this lesson and you love it, and you're like, man, I wish I could have the whole book. Well, guess what? You can. It shows you what book it came from, and then it shows you all the lessons from this book. And you can print it all out if you want to. Or you can save it in the file on their system so that you can reference it later without having to do a search. So let me show you what you can do when you log in. Okay, so I'm logging in now. Now I'm going to do a search for multiplication. It kept my filter here from 2nd to 4th grade. Okay, so you notice the same information, the same units are coming up, but now I have this little plus here beside each one. And when I go in, I can preview the whole unit. See, it'll give me all the pages. Whereas before you log in, it only gives you just that first page to look at. So I've noticed in some cases it's showing you the whole page by page view of this when you go into the preview, but this is the first one I've seen where it's just giving you little thumbnails here of what they all look like. So now there's also this plus sign, which there's a file box here. So if you click on that X, it takes you to the file box, and you can say, in this case, I want to make a new folder and I want to call it multiplication. Okay, so anyway, I've got I thought I could actually go in and make a folder within a folder, which maybe I can. It did. Okay, so I could create, let's see if it'll let me move it. It's not. Anyway, so I could create under this folder, put a check mark by it. Now under math, I've got division and multiplication. And so then let's say I want to save this. I want to save it to this multiplication folder. And now it's in there. So that gives you the opportunity to not lose the units that you want to keep. They also have a lesson planner in here, which if you go back into my file box, there's lesson planner. So you can create a lesson plan. So I could go in here and pick out this unit that I saved, and I could schedule it, and I could add notes to it, I could color code it. And again, there's a video instruction on how to do this, so I'm not going to go into detail, but it's just pretty cool that you could do that. So if you know you have a unit coming up, or let's say your student expresses some interest in a specific topic, and you don't have materials on hand, or your library is closed, or you have to, go online and put the materials on hold and wait a couple of days until they pull the materials and get you the, get you a notice that it's ready for pickup and all of that. Your kid could possibly completely be uninterested by the time you get the materials. And I've had that happen, seriously. We watched Mr. Popper's Penguins. He had all this interest in penguins. So I resourced all these cool books from the library, and I went and picked them up. And it was a couple of days, and came back. I said, okay, I got all these penguin books. And he didn't even care. Didn't have any interest anymore. And you got to strike while the iron's hot, right? So this is just so cool because you have instant satisfaction because you can instantly get whatever you need. So let's say you're in a history unit and your student wants to learn more about the Pilgrims. Let's just do a search and see what comes up. So there's quite a bit here that does come up. Again, it'll pull up the unit. You can actually go in and see everything that's in the unit. And then you can see what book it came from, and then save or print other units from the same book if you want to. So can you see how cool this really could be, how much potential there is for this? We've already used it several times. We're not really officially starting school yet, but things come up where I get asked questions, and I can literally just come do a search and find what I need. The cost of this, just for perspective, one of their most popular series is their history pockets, because you're always trying to find a fun way to do history, right? And their history pockets are really fun. They're not as involved as, say, a Lat book, but they're very interactive and engaging. So if you bought 4 of the history pockets, it would be more expensive than 1 year's worth of subscription to this TeacherFileBox. So anyway, I hope you found this interesting and informative. It's something that I just think would really benefit a lot of families. Oh, if you just want to browse, there's an option here for browse by title. And literally you can look at the books alphabetically. I like the Take It to Your Seat centers, which I'm going to do a dedicated video to those soon because we're using those for our Fun School Fridays. But yeah, if you wanted to look at the Take It to Your Seat centers, there they are. If you know there's a book you've been interested in but didn't either want to invest in it or knew that you were only going to use part of it, you could just look it up by title and do it that way too. So they even, I just noticed, have a homeschool tips tab, which has different videos on how you can utilize the TeacherFileBox for homeschooling. I haven't even looked at these, so that's an option too. So anyway, that is my video introduction to the TeacherFileBox. I'm going to be doing a few videos throughout the year just showing different ways you can use it, but for now this is just an overview. If you like this kind of content, please do subscribe. This is another video in my online resources playlist, and I've got more to add. So if you like this kind of content and you want to see more in this series, please do subscribe. Click the like button. That really does help my channel. And thank you so much for visiting me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day.